Now, if you have an outdoor grill and you don't live in New York City, lucky you. I'm jealous and envious, and it's not fair, but we'll talk about it later. I guess I'm giving myself a generous serving. You're watching Fresh Food Fast on Healthline, where we're showing you easy, accessible recipes that are healthy and nutritious. I smile every time because it's very good. Hi, I'm Baraghani, and today I'm going to be making a shawarma-spiced chicken. This is loosely inspired by my deep love for anything shawarma-spiced, but really like me consuming a tremendous amount of shawarma during my college years. So the main component, well, there's a few different components, but a big one is using the yogurt. I'm using just plain full fat. You want all that fat yogurt here. I'm gonna add a tablespoon of coriander and paprika. The coriander paprika are always in the mix for me, as well as a turmeric. I'm using 1 teaspoon. Occasionally I'll add a few more spices, black pepper or cardamom. We're keeping it a little bit more simple today. And then I have 4 cloves of garlic. So I'm gonna just use my microplane to break it down. And you could already smell this marinade. It's potent, it's strong, it's concentrated. You don't need a lot of yogurt. That yogurt is just going to be kind of acting as like the fat that carries those spices, and it will be blooming those spices, and it will also caramelize when it hits the grill. Yogurt definitely is like, has a tenderizing quality to it, and the yogurt marinade will form almost like a crust. So you have this really thick, very fragrant marinade. So I'm going to add my chicken thighs. First, I'm gonna season some salt. I'm seasoning all over. Open the chicken thighs up. Really get in there. A little bit in the marinade. And then I'm gonna add my thighs to the bowl. And then just give it a toss with my tongs until everything's coated. I'm only gonna set this aside for maybe 20 minutes, but I would do it a day ahead if you can. Just cover and chill. I think that would be ideal. This marinade is quite concentrated, so it's gonna taste great after 20 minutes, but it's gonna be even more amazing after a day. I'm just going to cover it. I don't wanna use plastic, so I'm just using a plate. I'm gonna chill this while I make the yogurt sauce and tomato salad. All right, next we're going to grab our remaining ingredients. 1 red onion. You could use a shallot also here. I'm not even gonna use a lot. And we're gonna go pretty thin. I want a little bit of bite from the onion, but not too much. I have some pistachios. These have just been lightly toasted. You don't have to add nuts, but I feel like I want that here. I want a little bit of crunch. So I'm just going to add my pistachios, and I'm just gonna lightly crush it. You know, I don't want even pieces. Obviously, if you don't have a mortar and pestle, use a knife. Okay, it's pretty coarse, you see? All right, next, I'm gonna add the juice of this lemon. And then I'm gonna add some salt, a little bit of olive oil, and give it a little bit of a toss here. And I just want like a little bit of pool of juice to form underneath, which will happen pretty quickly. So I'm gonna just throw these thighs on and just arrange them. You'll see how it's starting to kind of caramelize pretty quickly, but I would wait at least like 3 minutes before you want to kind of flip and see. All right, so the chicken is pretty much cooked through. I'm gonna plate things up. I'm gonna grab my platter. Pretty festive, right? And then I'm just gonna spoon some of the yogurt on the bottom. Okay, so with this yogurt sauce, it has only a few components, just lemon, cucumber, and garlic. And I'll grab chicken. So we have our chicken. Next, I'm gonna add my onions. You could have easily added this beforehand. I kind of just like, it depends. If you want like the onion to be softened, you could totally do it ahead of time. But here I just kind of left it a little bit just so they're a little bit more alive and crunchy. I'm gonna use my hands, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna give this a bit of a try. The yogurt just has that kind of cooling, tangy factor that goes so well with the garlicky spiced chicken. And then the tomato salad, I mean, I just had one tomato, but it has that burst of flavor with the lemon juice and the pistachios kind of sneak in there. I promise you, it's probably gonna be the biggest hit you make all summer long. For more recipes and videos, you can watch on Healthline's YouTube channel and like and subscribe. If you like this recipe, you can find more at fast food. This is not gonna be the thing. This is gonna think that's gonna kill me. All right.